¿Entiendes? Me da igual, tío. Hello.
Sorry. We're talking bad about you anyway.
So well done, Rafa. Do you think the key was saving those break points early in the final set?
Well, after almost a 3 hours match, we can't just say about. We can't just talk about 2 points, no, because that's very. I don't think that's right to say, no, because have been plenty of important points during the match. So of course that 2 points have been important, but yeah, we can talk a lot about the different moments that change it or could change the dynamic of the match. And yeah, it was a good tennis match, I think, and happy to win, of course. Being semi-finals is great news for me again. Yeah, happy about that third set because it wasn't easy after that, the end of the second, and it was terrible for me. But I hold it emotionally and mentally. I think I was ready to keep fighting. So happy with the victory and, of course, happy with the level of that third set.
Questions? Remember name and affiliation. Yes.
Bill Simons, Inside Tennis. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you.
I do want to ask you about what occurred out there today at the very end after the match when your opponent smashed his racket and came somewhat close to the ball boy who ducked. And then there was an incident in Mexico where where a player smashed the umpire's stand 4 times, and of course you know what happened in the U.S. Open with a player and a lineswoman. Do you think players need to be aware of the environment and who's out there, or is it just part of the emotion of matches?
I didn't see that. Sorry, I can't have a clear opinion because, as you can imagine, I was on my side, and I was not able to see that sequence of what happened. But I am not in the mood a lot to talk about this kind of stuff because we talked about that before the tournament. You know my opinion about this kind of things. But at the end, there is an organization that are making decisions, and that's it. And I am colleague of all these players, and I said I can repeat what I said before the tournament start, but it's true. And so in some way I have a good relationship with all these players, and even if it's Nick, you don't get me wrong, and the people can think that we hate each other because what happened in the past is not true at all. I don't hate him at all, and in some way I like him like a character, but of course when you cross some lines, then the thing becomes different, no? And the problem is, in my opinion, is the same when you allow the players to do stuff, then you don't know when is the line, and it's a tricky thing. But probably because these situations are happening more and more often, probably ATP should review things and make decisions, not about today's match, because I didn't see what happened at the end, Tony, so I can't have an opinion. And I think Nick had a great attitude during the whole match in terms of fighting spirit, and of course he has his personality, his character. Sometimes he does things that I personally, from my personal understanding, I don't like, but I respect, because are different characters, different kind of points of view, and different kind of education in sometimes. And I'm not saying that in a negative way at all. Just different kind of points of view. But in the most important part of what we are coming here, it's to try to play tennis and to try to do at the best way possible. I think he did it. So he fighted till the end. He played some great level of tennis, and that's the Nick Kyrgios that probably I want to see, and the people likes to see, because that's good for tennis. And then the other stuff, I hope was nothing too bad what happened, because I wish him the best. But if it's bad, I mean, ATP need to make decisions to avoid that and to stop that, because sometimes, even if it's very unlucky or unfortunate, gonna arrive a moment that something negative will happen.
Rafa, Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Maria Sakkari was in here earlier, and she said, we were talking about being nervous on the court, and she said, I think even Rafa and Roger probably get nervous sometimes on the court too. And I was curious, do you get nervous on the court ever in an intense match or before a match, and what does that feel like?
Everybody gets nervous, and if you don't get nervous, it's because I said the same thing before the tournament. If somebody tells you that don't get nervous, there is two options: that this guy lies you, or this guy really don't care don't care at all about the sport. Because when you are doing something that you care about, it's normal that you are nervous, because and you need this kind of nerves to to play well, in my opinion, because that helps. Everybody gets nervous, I think.
Right.
Rafa, Craig Gabriel. You've played Nick 9 times now, and pretty much every match has been incredibly tight and very close and exciting. Today's match, what did it feel like when you were in the middle of that match, and the tension and the pressure and all, and the crowd atmosphere and all was going crazy? Are you able to put into words what you were feeling and experiencing at those moments?
For me, it was one more match. Honestly, no. It's another match of quarterfinals of a Master 1000 in a big stadium, one of the best stadiums in the world, in front of great crowd, great opponent in front. So for me, it was like this, another fighted match that I needed to play well to go through. I enjoy these kind of matches. I enjoy the challenges, and today I was able to keep going, and that makes me happy and makes me proud.
Last three, Russell, please.
Rafa, Russell Fuller from the BBC. I see you're keeping track on the match.
Was a break point. No.
Yeah. That's completely understandable.
Yeah. Sorry for that.
My next question. I was wondering, if it is Carlos Alcaraz that goes through, how you view him, whether you feel protective of him as another Spanish player, and how much advice he's asked from you in the early stages of his career?
No, he didn't ask me anything. No, he has a great team next to him, I think. And I think he's unstoppable in terms of his career. He has all the ingredients. He has the passion. He's humble enough to work hard. He's a good guy, and remembers me a lot of things than when I was a 17 or 18 years old kid. I think he has the passion, he has the talent, and the physical component that it's great. And I am super happy. Even, of course, that's going to be a great rival for now and for the next couple of months, without a doubt. But thinking and being egoist, being selfish, is great. honestly, to have such a star from my country, because for the tennis lovers, we're gonna keep enjoy an amazing player fighting for the most important titles for the next. I don't know how many years, a lot of years. That's my feeling, and from my point of view, that's fantastic for the tennis lovers, and he's a countryman, and he's a great guy. So I like him. I wish him all the very best. Probably not after tomorrow if he plays against me, but in general terms. Remain a lot. Let's see.
Chris.
Rafa, I wanted to ask about 1 point, if I could. First set, it was Nick serving for the set. I guess 30 all.
Yeah.
It's a 143-mile-an-hour serve down the middle of the tee. You hit a return back within maybe 6 inches of the baseline, and you get the point. Just talk about that 1 point, if you don't mind, and just sort of what goes through your mind, how important it turned out.
Even was more lucky the 15-30. The 30-15, I think, because I saved a backhand very close to the two bounces. 30 all, I decided to go tee, and I put the racket there, and then I played a good point, and then he made a mistake in the break point. Well, I am in a good dynamic and winning matches in a row. So when this kind of stuff happens, I feel lucky to win that set, because returning with 5-4 against Nick, the chances to win that set are, let's say, 10%, maybe less. I don't know, but it happened, and yeah, I played some good points there. And when the match looks like I have more or less under control in the second, then I played a terrible game with the 6-5, and then you lose a set. That's the stuff that happens when you play a player like Nick, and he's able to serve that well.
I saw there's a video on social media this week about this sort of clip of you playing Sebastian Grosjean at the French Open in 2005, the first year.
Playing?
Grosjean in 2005 at the French Open. It was a match where the crowd got very loud and were blocking it out and focusing and stuff. And I'm wondering just how you've learned to do that from a young career. That always came easy to you, sort of blocking out the outside noise during matches, or if it's something that you had to learn how to do.
I always have a very basic point of view, and is do the things that gonna help you to play better or to win more. You can be sad, you can be very upset, but if that helps you to play better or to win more, do it. But it's not my case. So when I am upset, I lost my concentration. And honestly, I am not this kind of guy. I am not. I don't behave much. No, I like to be in a positive way, not in a negative way, but not on the tennis court, in my normal life too. So, of course, I remember that match, and for a moment was unplayable. But it was not my job to stop that. It was the referee umpire job to stop this atmosphere that was not able to play tennis in that moment. But then I think we stopped it for light or rain, I don't know, and then we come back the next day. But I just tried to do the things that help me to keep going.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.
My flight got canceled. I was at the airport and it got canceled.